Before we start this awesome movie, give it a nice like, just like you. The events begin with a deer walking alone in the forest. It was making barking sounds. Don't be surprised. This deer speaks languages. By chance, it finds an herb called ginseng and eats it. Suddenly, it starts having convulsions. Strange complications occur in its body, and we discover that it has turned into a zombie. It starts wandering around, looking for any piece of meat to eat. It spots a tiger watching it from among the trees, so it deepens its voice and says, "Come out, you animal." The tiger responds, "Show some respect, who are you calling an animal?" Then it grabs the deer by the neck and devours it. Next, we see a little girl named Ashen searching for the ginseng herb to save her sick mother. While walking, she comes across a cave and enters to explore it. She discovers symbols on the walls, along with writing that says the flower can bring the dead back to life, but whoever uses it must pay the price. The price is that they turn into a zombie. Ashen returns to her poor tribe, known as the Border Tribe. The people of this tribe were slaves under King Tai-Su, who ruled the Pajewi tribe. He had invaded the Border Tribe, plundering its resources and bringing it under his control. Later, we see Ashen's father calling her. He notices mud on her feet and realizes she went into the forest. He gets angry and says, "Why did you go into the forest? Haven't I told you 1,000 times that it's forbidden? King Tai-Su's soldiers kill anyone who enters the forest." She replies, "Father, I just wanted to get the ginseng flower to save Mother. This flower brings the dead back to life." He responds, "Brings the dead back to life? That's all nonsense. I swear on my mustache, if you go into the forest again, I'll break your bones." We then move to the forest where King Tai-Su's soldiers are scouting. By chance, they come across scattered, dismembered corpses. We understand that these bodies belong to the Pajewi tribe. The Pajewi are a powerful tribe that has always been at odds with the Jurchen Bicha, the tribe ruled by King Tai-Su. The soldiers return to report what they saw. King Tai-Su himself arrives to inspect the corpses and realizes they belong to the Pajewi tribe. This tribe is brutal and unstoppable, so he becomes afraid because this could lead to war, a massacre. To cover his tracks, he orders the bodies to be taken to his tribe and burned. The king goes to his army deputy and tells him what happened. The shocking revelation is that the deputy is the one who killed them. The king says, "Are you insane? If the Pajewi tribe finds out, they'll wipe us out." The deputy replies, "Well, it happened. What can I do now?" King Tai-Su warns him, "Don't mention this to anyone. I'll handle this disaster myself." After that, he takes his soldiers and heads to the Border Tribe. As soon as the people see him, they immediately kneel in respect. He sits down with Ashen's father and says, "I need to ask you for a favour." Her father replies, "I'm at your service, my lord. Just say the word." The king says, "I found 15 people from the Pajewi tribe dead. To be honest, I suspect a tiger killed them. You know the forest is full of tigers. I need you to go to the Pajewi tribe and tell them you saw the tiger with your own eyes attacking these people." Her father responds, "Consider it done, my lord." That night, he tells his daughter what happened. Ashen pleads with him, "Don't do this, father. If they find out you're lying, they'll kill you." He reassures her, "Don't worry, my daughter. Your father is a lion. Besides, this is the way of the strong ruling over the weak. What else can I do?" The next day he arrives at the Pajewi tribe and tells them, "A powerful tiger killed your hunters. I saw it myself, but I couldn't help them." One of the Pajewi men warns him, "If we find out you're lying, we'll hang you at the tribe's gate." That same day, Ashen's mother is on her deathbed, gasping for her last breaths. No one can help her. Seeing that her father is away, Ashen seizes the opportunity to enter the forest in search of the ginseng flower. Meanwhile, King Tai-Su, having believed his own lie, takes his soldiers and pretends to search for the tiger, to keep up appearances. At the same time, the Pajewi tribe gathers its hunters to track down the tiger as well. Suddenly, the zombie tiger attacks them, tearing apart anyone it catches. King Tai-Su hears the commotion and heads toward them. The hunters continue chasing the tiger. One of them spots it from afar and prepares to strike, but the tiger is stronger and bites off his hand. Just then, the king arrives and kills the tiger before it can devour the man. A hunter then cuts open the tiger's stomach, hoping to find evidence that it ate the Pajewi hunters, but there's nothing inside. He turns to the king and says, "If the tiger had eaten them, I would have found bones. It's clear you're lying. Prepare for a war that will never end." The hunter begins to leave with his men, but the king calls out, "Wait, don't go. I'll tell you the truth. The Border tribe killed them. They sent one of their own to lie to you and divert suspicion." Just like that, this cunning devil pits the two sides against each other and escapes the problem unscathed. Meanwhile, little Ashen is still searching the forest. The real disaster strikes when the Pajewi tribe invades her village, setting fire to every house. Anyone who resists is beheaded. They take brutal revenge for something the tribe never even did. Fate spares Ashen, as she was away at that moment. When she returns, she is devastated to find her entire village burned down, everyone slaughtered. She breaks down in tears, unable to comprehend who could have done this. Clutching the ginseng flower, she then goes to King Tai-Su and tells him what happened, pleading with him to avenge her people. He responds, "The savage Pajeoe tribe did this. Unfortunately, I can't intervene. You know how ruthless and barbaric they are. The only thing I can do is let you live among us." And so Ashen begins living among the Jurchen-Beecher tribe, but she's mistreated, forced to sleep in an animal pen. Every night she remembers what happened to her family, and her thirst for revenge grows stronger. She works as a servant, washing people's clothes in the freezing cold. At the same time, she secretly trains in archery every day, preparing for the moment of vengeance. Eventually, she starts working as a spy for the king. She travels to the Pajeoe tribe, observing them from a distance and recording everything she sees. Years pass and Ashen grows older. She becomes stronger and masters archery. Nothing can stand in her way. One day, King Taesu visits her in the animal pen and says, "I need you for a mission. The Pajeoe tribe is planning a major war. I want you to go there and find out exactly what's happening." She arrives at the Pajeoe tribe and notices that all the soldiers are leaving the village. Seizing the opportunity, she sneaks inside, moving cautiously until she hides inside the animal stable. After a while, someone enters the stable. Ashen holds her breath to avoid being detected. She watches as the man grabs another person and forces him to open his mouth, feeding him like an animal. When the man leaves, Ashen rushes over to see who he was feeding, only to be shocked. It's her father. She can't believe her eyes. "I'm Ashen, your daughter," she tells him. But after years of torture, he has lost his memory. He doesn't even recognize her. She also discovers that his hands and legs have been severed. His condition is so dire that he begs her to end his suffering. She holds him for a long time as the night passes, struggling with the pain of what she must do. By morning, she grants his final wish, ending his agony. Then she sets fire to the entire tribe before leaving. Ashen returns to her village, only to find the soldiers all mobilizing. That night, she sneaks into King Taesu's office to uncover the full truth. A guard stands in her way, but she swiftly eliminates him. By chance, she comes across a letter from King Taesu to the High Commander. The letter reveals that they were on the verge of war with the Pajeoe tribe, but the king had diffused the situation by falsely blaming the border tribe for the hunters' deaths. At that moment, Ashen realizes the truth. She has been deceived all these years. She has been living among the very people who massacred her family. Stunned, she walks away in shock, thinking about how to exact her revenge. Later, a man enters the pen where Ashen lives and notices a ginseng flower on her bed. But before he can react, Ashen arrives and kills him. Not only that, she feeds him the ginseng flower, turning him into a zombie. Within minutes, most of the kingdom is overrun with the undead. Anyone who saw them didn't even get a chance to pray for mercy. At that moment, the king sits in his office when he hears a commotion. Curious, he looks around to see what's happening, only to be shocked as one of his guards has turned into a zombie. However, he quickly takes him down before getting bitten. By then, most of the kingdom has already turned into zombies, but anyone who came near him, he swiftly eliminated. He and another man rush toward the gate, trying to escape. Just as they reach it, an arrow pierces straight through the man's skull. The king turns to see who fired it. To his horror, it's Ashen. Before he can utter a single word, an arrow strikes him in the head, killing him instantly. Standing atop a rooftop, Ashen watches over the carnage. Her goal is clear: wipe out the entire tribe, leaving no one alive. By chance, one desperate survivor scrambles onto the roof and pleads for her help. She smiles coldly. "That's all you want?" "Of course, my dear." She fires an arrow into his hand, pinning it to the wooden beam, leaving him hanging there. The man screams for help, but the zombies hear him instead. They turn toward his cries and start advancing. Ashen calmly takes out a bottle of oil, douses both the man and the zombies, then sets them all ablaze. With that, her revenge against the Jurchen-Beecher tribe is complete. King Taesu is dead. But then, by sheer chance, she notices that the man she left behind is still alive. She ties him up and drags him back to her village. There, the horrifying truth is revealed. She's turned her entire family into zombies, chaining them inside the animal pen. Without hesitation, she tosses the man to them as food, watching as they devour him, leaving only bones behind. After that, she gathers her things and sets out for the Pajeoe tribe. When she arrives, only the leader and a few remaining warriors are left. The rest had perished when she burned down their village after finding her father. Ashen raises her bow, aims an arrow at the leader's head, and the film ends on that moment. Do you think she killed them, or did they manage to take her down? The most important thing, don't forget to like and leave a comment. See you in the next movie recap. Bye bye!